Okie dokie. So we're going to start on page 19 in your grammar book. So go ahead and get your grammar books out. Page 19. Grammar is going to be super easy peasy cheesy today because it's review. So every once in a while in this book, we're going to have a review day. Today's that day. And I'm going to ask you these questions and then tell me if you know the answer, you can raise your hand, okay? What are the 3 articles? I already saw Caden have his hand up. He's like, I know. What are the 3 articles, Caden?
The,
Yes.
a, and an.
Good. And when we write it in our books, we usually put a and the, and you're right. Those are called articles. We always find those on our pages. How about this one might be a little trickier if you remember. We talked about 2 different noun tests. I see your hand, Peter. Do you remember what those are? Excuse me.
Is it countable, and can you put the before it?
Good. Excellent, Peter. So like if I have a pen, I can say the pen. Yep, that works. That makes sense. If I have more than one, can I count them? 1, 2. Yep, I can count those. So pen is a noun. But what if I pick a random word on here, like the word what? If I put the what, it doesn't go together. Or if I say 2 whats, that really doesn't go together. So when you're looking at words in a sentence, you can do that little test to see if it's a noun. Very good, Peter. And then what does a pronoun do? Who remembers what a pronoun does? Pronoun. That was a little trickier too. They're words like he, she, it, those types of words. So what they do is take the place of a noun. That's what they do. Okay. So for instance, they gave you this little short story right here, which is kind of funny. And in this short story, they did not use any pronouns to let you know what it sounds like if you don't use pronouns. The first sentence says, the dwarf put on the dwarf's red jacket and the dwarf's boots. Notice they said the dwarf 3 times in one sentence. The dwarf, the dwarf, the dwarf. And so that's what it sounds like when you don't use pronouns. That's why it's better to use pronouns. It flows better. So Caden, I see your hand there. Do you know how we can fix that sentence so it has pronouns in it?
If we put him or his.
Yes, him or his. So let's look at that. We need to have the first one. That tells us who we're talking about. So we have to leave that one, the dwarf. The dwarf put on the dwarf's red jacket. So we go ahead in your book, you can draw a line through that one. The dwarf, the dwarfs. What could we put there, Caden, instead of that?
His.
There you go. You got it. That's a pronoun. The dwarf put on his red jacket. And then Easton, and we're going to cross out the dwarfs again. What word could we put there? What pronoun can we use there? The dwarf put on his red jacket and blank boots. What pronoun could we put there?
Like glitching out, kind of.
Oh, maybe the internet's not good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, but it's just the screen is kind of.
Are you guys having that trouble too, Peter and Caden? No? Okay. So I want you to see if you can come up with a pronoun for this spot right here, Easton. So the dwarf put on his red jacket and blank boots. What pronoun would fit there?
His.
Yes, his again. Good. So the dwarf put on his red jacket and his boots. Now that flows better, right? You're not saying the dwarf, dwarf, dwarf. The next sentence, the jacket and boots kept the dwarf warm. Well, here we are with the dwarf again. Kept. Peter, what pronoun can I use here?
Him.
Yes. Good. The jacket and boots kept him warm. That sounds so much better. Well, and then the next sentence, again, they have the dwarf. We got to change that. The dwarf filled the dwarf's bag with 3 sandwiches. We got too many the dwarfs in here. So, Caden, how about this one? What pronoun would go here in the beginning?
He.
Good. I'm going to make it a capital because it's the beginning here. He filled, and then Easton, what should I put here? He filled blank bag with 3 sandwiches.
His.
Good, you got it. His bag with 3 sandwiches. And then the last one, the dwarf walked to the woods to eat the 3 sandwiches. So change this again. How about Peter for this one? What would be good to put here?
He.
He, good. And then Caden, notice they did 3 sandwiches again. We really don't need to do that again. This one's a little trickier though. What pronoun can I put in place of 3 sandwiches? Caden's thinking. He walked to the woods to eat.
His.
No. What do you think, Peter?
It.
No, it's plural. Remember how we talked about plural is more than one? It's actually this word. Them. Because it's talking about the 3 sandwiches. It's more than one, right? He walked to the woods to eat them, to eat the sandwiches, right? So he filled his bag with 3 sandwiches. He walked to the woods to eat them. Caden?
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can. All right, so this is so much easier to read now. This is why we use pronouns in our writing especially. Because if you don't, you end up repeating the same words over and over and over again, and it's never fun doing that. It's never fun reading it or listening to it. So this is what you can do to use pronouns in your writing. Okay, any questions about this page today? If not, you can just shake your head no. Okay. All right. Go ahead and turn to the practice page. This is page 21. Page 21. And let's see, Easton, can you read the sentence to us today, please? Okay.
The dwarf bowed and departed.
Nice, good reading. And departed is the vocabulary word. You can tell because it's a little darker. So, Peter, do you know what that word departed means?
To leave. Like,
To leave. Yeah, you're right. To leave or to go away somewhere. Good. Check by vocabulary. And then you know what to do right here next to article. Go ahead and write them in. A and the. And there's only one. This is an easy lesson right here. Go ahead and find the and put AR on top of it for article. And there's only one. Easy peasy cheesy. Caden, we're on page 21. We need one noun. So, Peter, where is the one noun in our sentence?
dwarf.
Good. Put an N on top of that. A person, place, or thing. Remember, that's what a noun is. By the way, the whole book is not this easy. It gets harder as you go, but they're starting off really easy, which is nice. Okay. That's it. We have the as the article, dwarf as the noun. So Caden, what word needs to be capitalized in this sentence?
The.
Good, because it's the first word. Do 3 little lines like that under the T. And then Easton, what should we put at the end of the sentence?
A period.
Perfect. Good. Nice. And then a check mark here. So remember, you're going to do this for your homework. You're going to put check marks by everything so you can keep track of what you did. Because trust me, this list is going to get longer as we go through this book. So check marks help so you know what you did. And later after class, you're going to rewrite this sentence at the bottom. Make sure to use a capital for the and a period at the end, and you'll rewrite it here. And then your homework is going to be the next 3 pages. So 22, 23, and 24, those are all 3 your homework pages. Okay. Any questions about grammar today? Good. Thank you for shaking your head no. That's it for that. So you can put your grammar books away for a minute. Then get out your binders. Okay. So last week or this week before class today, you worked on your keyword outline for, oh, hold on. Let me check my notes here. No, you wrote a paragraph about scorpions, right? Is that what you did for homework? Okay. So I want you to get out everything from the front pocket where you keep all your stuff for the week. Get out everything for scorpions, your keyword outline, your paragraph, all the other pages that we got out of the binder. Okay, get all that out. And I want you to look at your paragraph. This is kind of how we started last week. We started writing it together, but yours should be the whole paragraph. Give me a thumbs up if you finished your paragraph about scorpions. Good. Good. And you got yours done too, Peter? Or not quite yet?
I finished mine, but I can't find it.
Uh-oh. It should be at the front of your binder. Did you look there?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's in your bedroom or something. You can look for it later, but I do want to talk to you about this. So if you find it, that would be good. We are going to talk about how to fix things on the paper. Okay, so starting, how many of you wrote your paragraph in pen, by the way? I forgot to ask that. Did you use a pen? You did, Kaden? Peter used a pencil. Easton used a pencil. Okay. Pencils are okay, but I'm going to challenge you to try using a pen from now on, okay? And there's a reason for that. When you use a pen, it's a little bit easier on your hand. You don't have to push so hard, right? Easy writing with pen is kind of nice and easy on your hand. But then you might be thinking, what if I mess up, right? Because let's be real, everybody messes up at some point on their papers. That's okay. I'm going to talk to you today about how to fix mistakes on your paragraph if you're writing with pen. So I have a paragraph already written out for you with corrections on it. Now, I'm going to read to you my paragraph, and I'm going to talk to you about the things that I did to fix it. Now, notice it looks kind of sloppy. I would call this a sloppy copy. Have you heard that term before, a sloppy copy? Yeah. And you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you, but I want to see sloppy copies. I do not expect your papers to be perfect, okay? So if it looks like this, I will be happy because it shows me that you fixed some things and maybe your mom or your dad, somebody at home helped you fix some things. But this is why we write in double space. This is why we leave spaces so we have room to fix things. Now, I want you to use pen because pencil, I don't know if you know this, but when you erase and you keep erasing and then you mess up again and then you erase like half of the page because you messed up way in the middle of the page and you're erasing and erasing, you spend so much time erasing. I'd rather you spend that time writing. And it might be a challenge for some of you because let me ask you, has anybody ever used pen before when you write a paper? Okay, good. Peter has. Have you used pen before, Easton? Or only pencil? Okay. So here's the thing, Easton and Peter, everybody. If that stresses you out too much to use a pen, then it's okay to use a pencil. I don't want you to be stressed. Okay. I want you to try using a pen, but if you're just like, I can't do it, it's too stressful, because there are students that it's too much to try to use a pen. If you use a pencil though, try not to erase. That'll be a challenge, because using a pencil, try not to erase. So let me show you what I did here. Scorpions are not insects. They are arachnids and have 8 legs, 2 pinchers, and a barbed tail. There are over 2,000 species of scorpions. So I was like, maybe I don't like the word over. So I crossed it out. But then I was like, why did I cross it out? I want to keep it now. So I decided to just circle it and put okay. And that tells me you want that word there. You accidentally crossed it out, but you circled it and put okay. Notice I didn't scribble. I used to do that when I wrote in pen. I used to be like, scribble the whole word out so you can't see any of the word. I don't want you to do that. I want you to just literally put one line through it if you mess up. And look, I'm going to keep going here. They are found on every continent, but not Antarctica. Here I changed they to all scorpions. See how I changed that? One line through they. I didn't want that word anymore. I wanted all scorpions. And notice this little tiny symbol right here. It looks like a little V. It's actually called a caret, not a carrot we eat, right? That's orange and delicious. You don't want to eat this one. This is a symbol, and it's just called a caret. It's like an arrow. And then guess what? Because we double spaced, there's room to write what we want to fix right here. So I wanted to change they to all scorpions. All scorpions are venomous, but only kill 30 humans. That's the original thing I had there. And then I was like, wait, that's not right. Not all scorpions only kill 30 humans and then they don't kill anybody after that. It's only 30 of those species, right? So I decided to circle my 30 and draw an arrow where I wanted it to go. I just drew an arrow, and that's okay. You can do that. That tells me, oh yeah, they wanted to move that there. So now it says all scorpions are venomous, but only 30 kill humans. The sting can paralyze prey. They are tough. I did that on purpose, but sometimes I do spell words wrong. I put an F instead of a GH. So look how I just did one line through it, not a scribble, just one line. And then I wrote it the right way above it. And then I wanted to add and can survive in the freezer overnight. So I did that little symbol again, that caret symbol. And then I put and can survive in the freezer overnight. When they hatch, they climb. I misspelled that, so I fixed that there. They climb on their mother's back. I forgot that word, mothers. I just drew a little arrow right there. I want it right before back. Mother's back. In China, they are a grilled delicacy. Okay, again, try to use pen. If you mess up, it's not the end of the world. This is how you do it. Let's say you mess up on an entire sentence. Then you would draw one line through the entire sentence, just one line. Don't scribble, okay? One line. And then you fix it by putting what you want to put in there above it. Let's pretend you mess up on what you replace it with, right? And you mess up there. Just draw one line through it and fix it above that, okay? You run out of room a little bit there, but that's okay. Do you have any questions about what I'm talking about here? How to fix a writing? Okay, good. So we're going to move into the next story. So the next step is going to be, hold on. Okay, we're going to put this away in your binder because we're done with scorpions now. So open up your binder, make sure it's laying flat. Okay, and if you need help, you can ask your mom or dad, whoever's at home, to help you with this part. Remember that tab kind of in the back here? It's called Finished Compositions, that tab. Make sure your binder's laying flat. You're going to go turn that tab And you'll see here, dog and shadow and giant saguaro go behind all of that. So keep turning pages. You'll see your keyword outline, go past that, the giant saguaro, till you get to the back of that. And then I want you to put away all the stuff with scorpions. Oh, except for this one. Don't put the yellow one in there. Save that one. Put that aside. This is page 21. Don't put that one away yet, okay? But all the other stuff with scorpions, you're going to put like this page, the scorpions lesson plan here, and then the original story, and then your paragraph, your keyword outline, all that stuff is going to go back here behind finished compositions, okay? Everything except for that yellow page. By the way, I like to keep this one on top of all the stuff that has to do with scorpions. This one can go on top. And then close up your rings. Give me a thumbs up when you got that. Put in your rings. Good, Easton. Good, Peter. Caden's working on it. Got it? Okay, good. Now the yellow page, let's put that one in the right spot. So if you go back a little bit, here, let me zoom out so you can see better. This one here called Model Charts and Graphs. That tab, you're going to turn behind that, leave that one in here. This is page 15. And then behind that, I want you to put this one. Page 21 goes there behind page 15. Okay, once you get it in the rings, close up your rings. Give me a thumbs up when you got that put away. Man, you guys are good. Good. Teaching you how to organize a binder is a good life skill for you guys. You'll be able to, this will be good to know when you get into high school and stuff. Yes, Kaden, did you have a question?
Sorry, I wasn't looking. Where do we put the yellow one?
It's called Model Charts and Outlines. Do you see that tab? Okay, got it. Okay. And then when you turn that tab, you'll see this old one. This is 15. So it goes right behind that. Page 21 goes behind that. Okay. Don't forget to close your rings before you start turning pages, because that can be a big problem. Now you're going to go back to the front here where you see this picture of this boy, the very front. Make sure your rings are closed. And remember this first tab called source texts. I want you to turn that page. Oops, hold on. I took mine out for a different class, so let me get it back in here. When you turn that, you should see this, week 3, the bald man and the fly. That should be behind source text tab. You're going to take out all of week 3, okay? So open your rings. You're going to take out this one, week 3, bald man and the fly. This is page 23. You're going to take out this one, page 25. Take out this one, page 27. And then one more, page 29. So there's 4 pages you're going to take out. Once you see week 4, leave that. Don't take this one out yet. Leave it in the binder, okay? Take out all of week 3. Yes, Peter?
What were the pages we were supposed to take out?
Okay, so you'll see at the top here, week 3, the bald man and the fly. That's page 23. You see that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so 23, take that out. This one is page 25. So take out that one, page 25. This one's page 27. So take out that one too. And then the last one is page 29. And you'll know you're at the end because the next page says week 4 and you don't want to take that one out, okay? Only week 3. Give me a thumbs up when you got all that out. Good, Easton. So 4 pages total, 23, 25, 27, 29. When you got it, give me a thumbs up so I know you're ready. I saw Easton already gave me his thumbs up. Okay, good, Caden. Do you need some help, Peter?
I think I got the yellow page, which is 27 and 23, but I couldn't find the other two.
Oh, okay. Maybe your mom can help you find those. Maybe after class, she can help you find those, okay? Unless she's available. The other thing you guys need is 2 pieces of lined paper. So go ahead and get 2 pieces of lined paper out. And then you need a pencil and a pen, both pencil and pen. A lot of stuff to get out. Okay. Pencil and pen. This page right here, oh, I think they went to go get a pencil and a pen. So you're missing this one, Peter, you don't have this one?
I don't have it.
Weird. It's got to be in your binder though. This one, it sounds like you're missing this one, and then this one's also super important, 29. So it sounds like you're missing 25 and 29. So see if you guys can find that. It's going to be important.
I found it.
Yay, good. Okay. All right, so this page is the lesson plan page, and I just wanted to explain to you guys, this is if you were doing this class by yourself without me. So it says things on here like watch the video and do all this stuff. You don't have to do this. This is not part of your assignment because I'm the one teaching you, so you don't need to watch the video. But I like you to have it with the stuff for that lesson. So go ahead and move it to the back of your stack here. And this is where we're going to start, right here with the story, The Bald Man and the Fly. Okay, The Bald Man and the Fly, it says attributed to Aesop. We saw that before when we read The Dog in the Shadow. And this is a similar type of story where it's short and it's kind of a made up story, but it teaches us a lesson. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about after we read it. But I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then we'll talk about what lesson we can learn from it. It's called The Bald Man and the Fly. On a hot summer day, a tired traveler, sat down to rest and took off his hat. A fly began buzzing around his bald head and sweaty face, landing on his skin from time to time. "Get away, fly," he mumbled. He tried to smack the fly, but instead he hit only his own head. When he slapped his skin, it stung, but he slapped again and again, trying to get that pesky insect. But he failed, and thus became frustrated and angry. Finally, the man understood his mistake. He thought, "We are likely to hurt only ourselves when we get so angry." Okay, poor guy. Here he is, sitting on the rock. He does not look happy. He's got this fly. His hand is swinging. The fly is flying around. Poor guy, he's having a bad day. So what kind of a lesson can we learn from this? Do you guys have any ideas? What can we learn from this? Peter, what do you think?
When we get angry, we only hurt ourselves.
Yes, and it says that at the very end. Easton, do you have something else to add to that?
Don't let your anger control you.
Good. Don't let your anger control you. I like how you said that. Have you ever been so mad that you just start kicking stuff, like you're in your bedroom, you're kicking your dirty clothes or your shoes or something, and then all of a sudden you kick something that's hard, like maybe the leg of your bed or something, and you're like, ow, because you're mad, and then you hurt yourself, right? That's never good. That's we got to control that, right? It's okay to be angry sometimes. It happens to the best of us. But we do, like Easton says, to not let it control you. We got to get control over it. And maybe just like I remember screaming in my pillow sometimes. I'd be so mad, I'd just grab my pillow and be like, ah. So that's always a good one. You could do that. But if you do that too many times, you might hurt your throat, right? There's another example. So, okay. So here we go. We learned from this guy. Don't smack your bald head. You'll hurt yourself, just in case you're wondering. All right, let's get out our lined paper and start by putting your name here, the upper left-hand corner. Name, and then today's date is October 5th. You can use numbers, only numbers, if you like writing dates that way. October is the 10th month, so if you do numbers, you could do 10/5/23. And then skip a line, and I want you to, by the way, you can use pencil for this. I forgot to clarify that, or pen. It's up to you on this part because this is the keyword outline. So you can use either pencil or pen on this. Later, when we start writing the paragraph, you're going to use pen. So skip a line and then copy the title, The Bald Man and the Fly. Notice the words and the are not capitalized. And we're going to talk about a couple of capitalization rules. Anytime you have a title that has lots of words like this, always, always, always capitalize the first word. No matter what it is, it's always capital. And then beyond that, a good rule of thumb is capitalize the key words, not these filler words here like and the. Those are not key words. So bald, man, those are key. Fly, key. So that's one of the title rules, is the first one's always capitalized, and then the keywords beyond that. Right underneath that, go ahead and put KWO. And who can tell me, what does KWO mean? Kaden.
Keyword outline.
Yes, very good. Keyword outline. Rather than writing all that out, we're just going to do KWO. This story has 8 sentences. So skip a line, and then you're just going to write 1 through 8 right here. And we're going to do just like we did with the scorpion article. This is a made-up story, so we'll call it a story. But we're going to take it sentence by sentence still, looking for those keywords, jotting down here. We're going to write down those keywords. Remember, numbers, symbols, abbreviations, those are all free. I think we just lost Caden. He got booted off somehow. So I'll let him back in when he tries to come back in. Looking at the first sentence, I'm going to start with Easton. Right here it says, on a hot summer day, a tired traveler sat down to rest and took off his hat. So what keywords can we put in our outline from that sentence, Easton? I missed that. Can you say that one more time?
Tired.
Tired. That's good. That's a good one. What else?
Hat.
Hat. That's a good one too. Any other? Because you can do 3, remember? Do 3 words.
Summer.
Yeah. I think summer would be good. And I like that word tired, but I wonder if we should include traveler. That tells us who, even though we know we're talking about a bald man, But that word traveler tells us that he's moving, right? He's going somewhere. So let's put summer and tired. I like that one too. And traveler. And you know what? We could draw a little hat because I think you're right. It's important to have hat in there too. What if we draw a little baseball cap? Those are kind of easy to draw. There's a little button on top there. Hi, Kaden. You made it back. It must be your internet, huh? So we already looked at the first sentence and we're going ahead and writing out the keywords here. You can just copy that. If you guys have something different in mind, by the way, you can write your own version. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Let's say you like the word hot instead of summer. That's okay. You can put hot, tired, traveler. That's okay too. Everybody can have a different keyword outline here. I'm going to have Peter do the next one. It starts right here. A fly began buzzing about his bald head and sweaty face. What can we do for our keywords on that one?
Fly,
Okay.
buzzing,
Okay.
and then bald, and then probably draw like a little head.
That'll work. Okay. Fly, buzzing, and bald, and then draw a little head. I like it. If you guys have other words you want to put instead, that is okay. When I draw this head, I'm going to give him a kind of a mad face. I don't want to make him happy because he's not happy. And then you know what? I think I'll draw a little arrow right here pointing to the head. But however you do it is fine. Okay, whatever helps you remember what that sentence was. Basically, what we're doing is pulling those keywords out so we can retell the sentence in our own words, okay? You could include sweaty instead of bald, face. Those are all good keywords. So it's whatever you want to remember. Oh, we could put some drops of sweat on him, huh? Maybe he's like sweating there. Poor guy. Okay. The next one's pretty easy. I'm going to give that one to Caden's next. So get away, fly, he mumbled. What can we put for our keywords there?
Away,
Away, okay.
fly,
Okay.
mumbled,
I agree. Let's put that. Away, fly, mumbled. And let's put little quotations and marks around that. And that'll remind us that's what he said, right? Get away, fly, he mumbled. You can even squeeze an exclamation mark in there too, to remind you that he probably, even though, oh, do you guys know what mumbled means, by the way? Peter, what is mumbled?
It's like, it doesn't sound like you're talking, but your eyes like,
Yeah, exactly. That's good. He's like probably really mad. He's like, get away, fly, you know, just kind of like under his breath, or he's mumbling. It's not super clear, right? Good. He's having a bad day. Let's see, Easton. How about number 4 here? We've got, he tried to smack the fly, but instead he hit only his head. How can we put that one on our outline?
smack,
Yeah.
own,
Okay.
hit,
Yeah, that's good too. Anything else you want to add to that? I wonder if we should have head in there somewhere. Smack, hit. I guess we could draw another head. We could do smack, hit, only head, and then draw that head. Smack, hit, only, and then his head again. I won't draw the sweat this time, just a head. Okay, back to Peter. He tried, oh, we already did that one right here. When he slapped his skin, it stung, but he slapped again and again, trying to get that pesky insect. That's a long one. How can we get the most important words out of that sentence?
Slapped,
Yeah, okay. What else?
stung
Yes.
again.
Yes. I agree with that. Slapped, stung again. I think you accidentally hit record, Easton, on your Zoom. It's giving me a message here. You don't mean to do that, right? Okay, so I'll just check that. Okay, there we go. Next sentence, I think we're on Caden next here when you're ready. The next one starts right here, but he failed and thus, oh, we didn't talk about that word thus, that's a word we don't really use anymore. And it's an old English word, but it really means like then or therefore or something like that. So, but he failed and then became frustrated, but they used thus. Remember, I told you it's an old story. This is an old story that's been told a bunch of times. So Caden thus became frustrated and angry. So how can we put that one on our keyword?
Failed,
Yeah.
then or thus,
Okay.
frustrated or angry.
Or angry. Yeah, we could. Or we could use became, or we could probably just do failed, frustrated, angry. We could probably use those three. Yeah, you like that? Okay, good. Failed, frustrated. But you're right. You could use one or the other if you don't have room for both. Angry. Okie dokie. I think we're back to Easton here. Finally, the man understood his mistake. What do you think, Easton? What words can we do there? Finally, the man understood his mistake. You said understood? Okay, yeah, that's one.
Mistake.
Yeah. You do one more.
His.
Oh, could be his, yeah. Understood his mistake, or we could use finally. Finally understood mistake. You like that, Easton? Okay. Finally understood, but you guys put what you want now. Mistake. And then Peter, the last one. He thought we are likely to hurt only ourselves when we get so angry.
Thought,
Okay.
hurt
Okay.
ourselves.
Okay. Thought, hurt ourselves. And if you want to change one of those and use angry instead, you can. You could put hurt ourselves angry, whatever 3 words makes the most sense to you, okay? This is where you can do your own keyword outline. Good. You guys are already getting faster at this and better at this, so good job. Now, this time I'm going to have you switch to pen. If you're using pencil, I'm going to have you switch over to pen. Just to try this. If you're too stressed out about that, though, use a pencil. I don't want any stressing going on here. And you're going to get out your second piece of lined paper here. We're going to set this up for the paragraph now, okay? So on this page here, go ahead and put your name where it always goes, upper left-hand side here next to that line. And then today's date, I'll use numbers this time, 10/5/23. You can use slashes, you can use dashes. It doesn't really matter to me as long as you get the date on there, okay? And then instead of copying the title, we're going to put a line because we're going to hold a spot for a title. So you're going to skip a line and then go down and just draw a line in the middle, kind of like that. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry. Look at mine's even curved right there. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just drawing a space. You're holding that space for a title because you're going to learn how to make a new title for your paragraph. And now from here, like we did with scorpions, I'm going to have you draw little X's to remind you to skip spaces. So over here, right under that line, I want you to just put a very tiny X, just a little X. That's a reminder to you not to write on that line. And then I want you to skip a line and do another little tiny X like that. And then skip a line, X, skip a line, X, all the way to the bottom of your page. Skip, X, skip, X. Now, I know you're using pen. If you mess up on your X, that's okay. You can just move it. That's okay. Peter?
My paper already has like little spaces. So it's like little.
You want to hold it up? I can see it. Go closer to the. Oh, it's not focusing. Okay. Does it already have a mark there for you so you know to skip it?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you remember to skip lines, that's the main thing I want you to know. Because remember, we need that space in order to fix things. So if your paper already has it, then you're okay, Peter. You can use that. All right. So we got our X's on there spaced out. We're skipping those lines that have X's. Now look back on your keyword outline, and we're just going to do the first couple of sentences together. Number 1 here says summer, tired, traveler, and then there's a hat. Does anyone want to volunteer to come up with a good sentence using those keywords? Peter, what do you think?
It was once there was a hot day and there was a traveler.
You got a good start. Once there was a hot, we could even say once there was a hot, or one hot summer day. We could start like that. One hot summer day, there was a tired traveler. And then what could we say about his hat? He took it off, right? He took off his hat. I think he also sat down. So, okay, so what if we say this? By the way, we have to indent like we did for scorpions. So leave a space. And we're going to indent a little. Don't write on the X line, remember? So we'll start about right there. One hot summer day, a tired traveler. By the way, I'm getting to that little pink line there. Notice I went past it a little bit. That's okay. You don't want to go all the way to the edge because that's when you start having to scrunch up letters and it gets really crowded right there. But that's your clue. You're going to move down to the next line. Okay. And don't forget to skip. Got your X there. Don't mark on that one. You're going to skip that line. One hot summer day, a tired traveler sat down and took off his hat. Period. I'll give you a minute to write that down. Make sure you skip the line. If you forget, don't panic. Draw one line through it and then move it down. Remember, we're not scribbling. I know you guys are using pen. If you're not ready for pen, you can still use a pencil. It's okay. No stressing around here. Okay, thumbs up when you got your sentence done there. Good. Okay, good. Now on your keyword outline, we can go ahead and cross out number 1 because we did that one. Now we're on to number 2. We got a little bit of time. Let's do one more sentence. Does anybody want to volunteer to do this one? Fly, buzzing, bald head, and then we made his head sweaty. Anybody want to come up with a sentence for that one? Okay, Kaden, what do you think?
There was a fly buzzing over the old sweaty man. The old bald sweaty man.
There you go. The old bald sweaty man. So there was a fly buzzing around the old bald man's. Wait, how did you say it again, Kaden? I already forgot.
The old sweaty where the sweaty old bald man.
There you go. Okay, let's try this. After the period, you're going to keep going. Okay, so right here, there, and I'm going to put in the word was. You might be in a different spot on your sentence, but remember, after the period, you're going to keep going because you're making a paragraph. There was a fly buzzing around the old man's sweaty bald head. You could say it like that. The old man's, and this is going to be a possessive word because it's his head, right? The old man's sweaty, skip lines, don't forget that part, bald head. Nice. Okay. There was a fly buzzing around the old man's sweaty bald head. Okay, that'll work. Good, Kaden. Make sure you're skipping lines. If you forget to skip a line, go ahead and just draw one line through it and fix it. Remember, I told you I want to see those sloppy copies, so that's a good thing. Don't panic if you mess up. We finished number 2, so go ahead and put an X over number 2, and now your homework is going to be to finish this paragraph. Each one of these is a sentence, okay? So you're going to keep going using the keyword outline, use those keywords, and you come up with a complete sentence. Remember, you have to think about it first, right? Look at the keywords, think, what's a good complete sentence? And make sure you're able to come up with a sentence before you start writing, because it's easier if you think of the whole sentence and then start writing it. And you're going to finish this whole paragraph, okay? That's your homework for the writing part of the class. And then don't forget about your grammar. Now, you can leave this spot blank, okay? You don't have to put anything there yet because next week we're going to talk about how to make a title. So your only job for writing is to finish these sentences on here. Do you guys have any questions about your homework? Nope. Let's see how we're doing on time. Ooh, we're 3 minutes early. Woohoo! If you don't have any questions, that's it for today. So writing the rest of this paragraph and doing your grammar for homework. And that's it. So I'll see you guys next week. Have a good